everyone, and welcome to FranTastic InSights. I love sharing inside information with you from some of the most innovative entrepreneurs out there, like the one that we have with us today. My name is Joan Winchester, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Franchise Expansion for FranServe. FranServe is the world's largest franchise consulting organization. And what we do, quite simply, is to help change people's lives through franchise ownership. How do we do that? Well, it's easy when you work with incredible franchisors and franchise consultants that help their candidates explore great opportunities like the one that we have with us today. And I'm super excited and I get so energized when I had conversations like the one we're having today with hot emerging brands like ERYD. We are so fortunate because today we have with us Abe Levitz, and Abe is one of the founders and the director of franchising for ERYD. Welcome to FranTastic InSights, Abe.
Great to have you. Thank you so much.
So before we get started, I know you're a serial entrepreneur. Could you just share with our audience a little bit about your background and how ERYD came about?
Sure. It's an exciting journey. Started off when I was actually 12. I started selling day-old bagels at the Golden Gate Park in San Francisco. And I've used that as a means to eventually buy my first house when I was 17. Got into a tech company very early on. And I grew that in San Francisco up to the point where I really wanted to transition and focus purely on my real estate career. I've done real estate projects, investment and finance all across the country. It led me to Texas when I was 25, about a 2,000-acre piece of land, and developed it over 10 years. And then after that, I bought another tech company here in Houston, and we grew it to number one. It was a home automation company. And then fast forward a little bit into the future. One of my passions in life has always been automobile racing and cars. So I'm one of the co-founders of a car club here in Houston. And I met ERYD because they were interested in sponsoring the car event. And fast forward a little bit further into the future, became really good friends with the owners of ERYD, and we thought it would be an incredible collaboration to combine all of our areas of expertise and our backgrounds and to take ERYD to another place. ERYD started in the middle of the pandemic when people were looking for things to do. And it really became an anecdote for people to have an affordable entertainment option that they could do outside. Right now, there's not a lot of selections when it comes to late night entertainment or outdoor entertainment. So ERYD found a niche and it struck a nerve with a lot of people in Houston. And that really kind of led to the beginning of its success.
Great story. Love the stories. So next, Abe, would it be possible for you to share with our audience what makes ERYD so unique and your role with the company?
Yeah, so what was really magical about ERYD is it hit a time where the cost of scooters, their technical and charging capabilities, and also affordability reached a real perfect moment where you started to see it being used in a wider scale. It started really off as entertainment for people just buying it for their kids or just to have fun outside. But then once this trifecta of affordability, electronic charging capabilities, and quality reached a certain level, you started to see them being used as transportation all across the United States and around the world. And what we saw was an opportunity for entertainment. So we saw that instead of just using it for transportation, people could use this as recreation. And that was kind of the magic that came together to launch the company and to see its success. So I would say that part of what makes ERYD magical and successful is that we're providing people a service. Late night entertainment or just entertainment in general outdoors is costly. If you're trying to go out at nighttime, it's typically dance clubs and bars and things like that. And most places, they close at 12 or 2 o'clock. We found that there's a whole group of people, thousands and thousands of people, and probably across the country, millions of people that are looking for late night entertainment, something they can do with a group of 20, 30, or 40 people. And it isn't that standard offering. It's paying for a scooter rental from a really fun and exciting place, positioned where there's inexpensive parking, there's bike lanes for you to ride on. And we created this cultural, I would say, this cultural nuance where you're providing this entertainment and for things for people to do, and it isn't the traditional offering. So, you know, people think of it as just scooter rental, but really it's late night and alternative outdoor entertainment.
Great. And how about your role with the company?
So after we met, going back to the original story, we found a way to collaborate. Our goal was first to take over Houston and do as much as we can. So we were able to, within about 12 months, completely dominate the Houston market. And then what we noticed was that this had a lot more room to grow. We wanted to expand in other cities, and we wanted to do that through the method of franchising. So we're now looking at expanding all throughout Texas. And one of the great things about Texas is that it has 3 out of the top 10 most populated cities in America. We have it all in our home state. So we figured from a strategic standpoint, it made a lot of sense for us to expand immediately in Texas. So we're registered here. We have Houston dominance. And because we're going to share the same climate and a lot of the same types of customers, we want to expand very rapidly into San Antonio, Austin, and Dallas.
Great. And Abe, can you share with us a little bit about the qualities that you look for in a franchise owner and who the ideal candidate is for an ERYD franchise?
Yeah, so the qualities we look for is somebody that is definitely has a history in business ownership and is involved in their businesses. So somebody that's good at operating a business, because that is a prerequisite. We deal with things at a volume scale. You know, sometimes we're averaging over 500 rentals an hour. So there's a lot of nuance there. So someone who's used to managing people and running a successful business is definitely recommended. We're looking for people that are hopefully residing in Texas initially, because we're a stone's throw away from these other major cities. And our goal is to make sure that we're able to support them and that they're accessible so we can help them achieve success in their initial launch of the brand in their cities. The other ingredients that I think would be great from the candidate standpoint is that they're entrepreneurial at heart. So they're used to the challenges and things that come up in just business ownership in general. And our goal is to work with them to overcome those things, because we've all encountered it in one way or another in our careers, and also operating ERYD.
Great. Thank you for that, Abe. So at FranServe, we love franchising. I mean, we actually trademarked our tagline, franchising is a superpower. What could be more rewarding than helping change people's lives through franchise ownership? I mean, many people think about being their own boss, but franchising actually makes that a reality. Can you tell our audience about the lifestyle of an ERYD franchisee and what that looks like?
Absolutely. Well, initially, you're gonna be able to dive into this world that we've created, and you'll notice from our marketing and everything we do has to have an essence of fun, essence of ingenuity and innovation, and then also profitability. So you're going to be able to dive right away as a new franchisee into this world that we've created, and everything we touch is fun. So we have a lot of one of the things that's really neat about our marketing and branding is that we incorporate our astronauts into this whole culture. You know, we're in the space city. You know, Houston's famous for NASA. So all of the things that we do have a space relationship to, or a relationship with space. So our main locations are called home bases. Our pop-up locations are called outposts. The vehicles that transport the vehicles, the rental units to the outposts are called rovers. And when you rent from us, you go on a mission. And it can be a mission to just ride around and have fun with your friends, or you go on a mission to go explore parts of the city or to see sights and things like that. So the first thing, as you're going to notice right away, there's an entire world that we've created around this brand, and it's all about fun and it's all about exploration. The operational side of it is, once you've dove into this and you understand, we have an entire franchise packet that someone's going to be introduced to. And that identifies every product, everything that we do to set up and run your business successfully. So there's a learning process, and there's also going to be training involved, so that you're very familiar with not only the ethos and the world that we created, but all the things that are related to that. After you get through the training and you're familiarized with everything, we are going to be hands-on to help you go through site location and identifying why certain areas are going to be great candidates for expansion and operations, and why others won't. And we'll go through that process together. And then eventually, once we've put all the pieces together, we order everything and get it ready for your grand opening. So then we'll go through the grand opening process. As part of what we realized was a need in the entire setup of the franchises, we're also going to help and run all of your marketing. So someone doesn't need to become a web guru and have to learn all the things that Google does. We're going to help you with the grand opening party and make an awareness there, but also your ongoing marketing. So a lot of it is really just realizing that there's this incredible structure of a business that we've created and that we've enabled. We want to enable an operator to, to be successful when they open. And once they've gone through this entire process, we're going to be there to help you open up your first store. And then we're also going to take some of our best key employees to help make sure that your first week is run successfully. So there's a lot of hands-on woven into this entire process, and we're there to help make sure you guys are successful.
Thank you for that, Abe. How rewarding, right, to share your success with new franchisees and new business owners, and what an impact they'll be able to have as a result on their families. And so again, Abe, thank you for being with us today at FranTastic InSights. Any last thoughts before we wrap up?
Yeah, I think that, zooming out and looking at this, one of the things that's really remarkable is that this is a new concept, and the timing of this new concept couldn't be any better. We've been very fortunate to see just ridiculous success in the way that we've built this business and are running it in Houston. So what we hope for any franchisee who comes to be part of us, we want to make sure that they feel that this was a great decision, that they're really well supported, and that at the end of the day, kind of using your words, you're bringing joy to a lot of people. This as an alternative to other late night offerings for entertainment or just entertainment in general, we think this is a fantastic alternative. It's affordable, it's fun, you can do it in large groups, and you're outdoors. And I think all of us could use a little bit more time outdoors. So my goal is, we're enriching people's lives. We're doing this in a way that brings a lot of value to community. And also, we're creating a way for people to explore their cities in ways that they might have never done before. So I think there's a lot of interesting potential. We're looking for the right partners to do this. And hopefully the people watching this, one of them or more than one are those people.
Great. Thank you, Abe. And thanks again for being with us today.